Okay, so it's 7:10 by my time. Good evening, everyone. Let's get this started. Okay, so welcome to the Codecamp 5.0 closing ceremony. Please just confirm you can hear me by raising up your hand. Yeah, just a quick one. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you so much. Yes, welcome, welcome. Yeah. So it's that time of the year again when we have to call it yeah, well, we have to call it a wrap, right? It's been an intensive 4 months of learning, training, and all that, and the boot camp rather. So, yeah, everything comes to an end at some point, and this is that time of the year. So, welcome everyone once again. Welcome to the trainers, to the mentors, our sponsors, and of course, the Code Camp team. Everyone is represented here. Okay, so we'll just start off with a very quick icebreaker. So how many of you, let me see those who probably checked the post, who can quickly tell me, maybe on the chat, what's the theme of this um, closing ceremony of Codecamp 5.0? First person will get something. First person to say the theme of this closing ceremony will get something. On the chat, don't worry, just do that on the chat. Someone says the legacy. Ah, okay, I think Theophilus is C. Okay, from legacy to AI-powered future. Yes, building the skill economy. Thank you very much. Theophilus, if you're on Discord and you're in stage 8 and you either you're the capstone individual, send me a message on Discord for your prize. Okay, so I'm going to ask a question, and I just need two volunteers because of time, right? Don't be scared. I need two volunteers to just raise up their hand. Don't worry, it's a very simple stuff. Don't be scared. So two volunteers, two volunteers. Who is going to volunteer for us? Okay. Okay, Yusuf. Thank you very much. Who else? One more person. One more person. One more person. Okay, and Laz. Okay, so Laz, before I call you, please just rename so I kind of know what your full name is, right? I don't think I remember any Laz in the Code Camp Boot Camp. Okay, so Yusuf, very quick one, right? So here's your question. You can unmute, right? Would you rather have AI write your code? Now, when I talk about write your code, I'm talking about the logic or design your user interface. Which would you prefer and why? Would you rather
Um,
write Would you rather AI write your code, that's the logic, or would you rather AI design just the user interface?
I would prefer it designing the user interface.
Why?
Because of the if I should prefer the code, there are a lot of there might be a lot of blocks bugs in it in which you start fixing. But if it is designed, we have more accurate and in some cases more accurate and more beautiful designs.
So you're saying that AI can give much better design. AI is much better at UI than actual logic implementation. Is
Uh,
that your opinion?
in some cases, the what's it called the alignment in some cases may not be right when it comes to coding. You somehow we actually see some flaws in it, some errors.
Okay, well,
Mm.
that's your own answer. Okay, so that's fine. Thank you very much. Someone said it's a tricky question. Okay, Laz, you haven't renamed yourself, so I won't call you. Philip, what would you prefer? Would you rather have AI write your code, that's a logic, or would you prefer it to just design your user interface? Philip, over to you. You can unmute now, and
All right, sir. All right, sir. Good evening, everyone. So
yes.
actually, I would prefer the AI writing my user interface for me than the main logic of the code. And here's the reason. Number one, I believe UI can be strenuous at time, and I won't have time to focus on the main. Using AI is going to give you more time to focus on the logic or the business part of the app. So thank you, sir. That's my answer.
Okay, okay. Well, that's fine. Thank you very much. I'm still see, well, some persons say I should write the code. I'll design the UI to my taste. Some persons agree, some persons don't agree. Well, maybe we would maybe we would probably just have this as a separate session one of these days, right? And just brainstorm on certain things that we feel that AI should do and leave the rest for us or whichever way. But yeah, thank you very much, right? Thank you so much for being a good sport. Okay, so let's get straight into what we have for today. So I'm going to be handing over to none other than the managing director of Code House, right? In the person of engineer Lawrence Akube to, give us a brief welcome, opening remark, and kind of like an overview, right? So please, ladies and gentlemen, you can use your reactions, you can use the chat. Please just give a clap and a warm welcome to none other than the managing director of Code House, the engine room himself. Engineer Lawrence, over to you, sir.
All right, thank you very much. Can you hear me? Confirm you can hear me.
Loud and clear.
All right, so I would normally like to use, my screen to do this presentation. So if you would permit me to share my screen, please confirm when the screen is visible.
Okay, it is. It is. Go ahead, sir.
All right. Good evening, everyone. This is going to be I'm going to use one stone to kill two birds. I'm going to talk about Code House and eventually welcome us to the call today. First of all, congratulations to everyone that made it today, right? I wish to appreciate all the people that have put in effort. So what I'm going to do quickly in the next 5 minutes is to kind of run us through what this whole thing is all about, and then I'll welcome us to the whole thing. So part of the welcome address is let's talk about Codecamp in the light of Code House, because Code House is a company that actually is responsible for Codecamp. So first of all, let me equally announce that's why I'm kind of presenting this particular slide first. Codehouse is going to be 10 next year, right? We've actually been on this for a while, and we feel that it is important for us to mark our 10th anniversary. So it's going to be around October next year. So like a year from now, like 12 months from now. But in our usual way, we try as much as possible to be very organized. So we have actually started plans. You are going to see how it ties into, the idea of Code Camp and what is going to be happening after this call. So yes, I just want to make mention of it. So our anniversary is 2026. And since it's 10th anniversary, I'm looking at the 10th month of the year, which is October. So that's the idea behind the whole thing. So let us talk a bit about code so you understand, the philosophy behind the code camp. So one thing, one vision, right? Flourishing technology ecosystem, right? That's the main thing in that those line of sentence or phrase or clause, however you might have it. The major term, the key term there is flourishing technology ecosystem. So we want to build a tech ecosystem. And on this call already, you could see that we've tried as much as possible to increase that input into the technology ecosystem. That is the reason why we're doing Codecamp, right? Because if we are not building technology ecosystem, we are not going to be looking at what you can see where they talk about manpower that are able to develop and provide world-class products and services. Because when you develop an ecosystem, what is the ecosystem going to be doing, right? So the engine of the ecosystem are the people. So I don't want to bore you with our mission and core values, but I just want you to understand the vision. Let's go on. So because of that, we are basically doing like 3 things in Codehouse, right? So this is an opportunity of knowing, okay, what is this company all about? We do 3 things basically. Training and mentorship. You see, it is number one because without number one, there will be no number two and number three. It is people that do research and it is people that develop products. So bringing all these things together, one, two, three, you see how we can actually develop the technology ecosystem we are looking at. So in what areas are we talking about? Web application, mobile application, and embedded system. These were the 3 key pillars that we started with. But because of the advancements in technology, if you look at the middle there, we are beginning to pay attention to certain things that are important, like cloud, DevOps, cybersecurity, and machine learning. So that is basically, what we are looking at. So in all these areas, we carry out these 3 activities. Now, what is our structure? We have management, admin, and technical. I'm going to go straight to how it concerns us on this call. Under technical, you see that almost everything we do is under technical. And under training and mentorship, you see where Codecamp sits. So I want to tell you that in the bird eye view of our organogram, Codecamp is something that you cannot remove from Codehouse. I'm not going to go through every other thing, but I want to show you that Codecamp is clearly, something that on the high level, if you are an eagle eye from the sky, if you have a plan view, it is very, if you are to view Codehouse organogram that way, Codecamp is very prominent. You can't hide it, right? So let us go into it. Now, the company that we are working with, is good to mention that we have come to stay, right? We are duly, maybe you might be asking, yes, we are registered with Nigerian federal government. So we are legal and we're official. And we can see we have everything cleared out. We have tax clearance certificates, so we cannot be found wanting. So what we are dealing with is a legitimate company. You can equally see that we have Duns and Bradstreet. This is more like a global registration. While we register CAC in Nigeria, you have to have Duns and Bradstreet like globally for you to be recognized as a company. So Codehouse pursued that particular certification this year. So for those that are into tech, you might be like, I've done some, but let me tell you the truth. You can't really launch any app on App Store. You can't launch any app on Google Store without Duns and Bradstreet, because even if you register in CAC, Port Harcourt people will say, who goes you, right? So globally, you're going to answer that question, who goes you? Who are you to launch an app on Google Store? So this is actually a learning process for some of us that wants to build a company, right? Of course, we have our tax clearance certificate and our letter from the bank showing that we don't have any financial indemnity at all. We are registered dealing with the Bureau of Public Procurement, recognized by the federal government. You can see the requisition for the requirement for the Bureau of Public Procurement is number one, FIR. I've shown the first Federal Inland Revenue Services. You have to have PENCOM. We have NSITF and ITF. These are some of the certificates. Now, I want to tell you that we have the legal authority to collect data from you because we are duly registered with NDPC, Nigerian Data Protection, Commission. So tell you that we are trying as much as possible to be legal, to obey every single. So if you are dealing with code, yeah, if you are inside Codecamp, see, you are dealing with a very serious organization. It's not a fluke. So some people need to hear this. We are currently a member of ISN, Innovation Support Network, which is like a collection of innovation hubs in Nigeria, a network of them. There are a lot of certification we have gotten. That is going into training manpower for the oil and gas as well. We have 2 certification of petroleum resources, which has been split into person that is going to be working within the IT sector should have a license, a professional practices license, which is CPN. This is a lesson to some of us. If you want to build an IT company, there are certain things you must go do. Currently, Codehouse, our chief executive officer and founder, is a member of this particular, he's not a member, he's registered. He can be a member. So also, because of engineering as well, we are registered with current. So we are very current in all these things. Currently, we are in next week, we are going to be registered as Codehouse itself because there are two types of registration. So as a company, Codehouse will be a member, as Codehouse as an entity will be a corporate member of CPN and also a firm registered on that current. We have Pencom, we have insurance, we have what's it called? Health HMO, and of course group insurance. So the people that actually call Kudos staffs, have all these things. Kudos is quality on the process of getting ISO certification 9001. For those of us that understand 9001, has to do with quality management. So you might now understand why, even though Codecamp is free, the quality and the standard, we try as much as possible because at the end of the day, we want to build a reputable organization that holds a high standard and quality. So in order this quality management, you have quality of your product, quality of all your trainings. And we are not stopping at that. Next year, we're going to go for more ISO because we don't want to just build a local company. We want to build an international company. So we have to get international standards. So one of them is information security management because of the nature of our services. We want to build. I'm grateful enough, at least we have started this year. We had 3 international clients, one from
Okay, yeah, Lawrence, if you're speaking, we actually can't hear you again, so you may want to check your mic. Just you can unmute, rather.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. We lost you at some point, but we can hear you now. We can't hear you anymore, so.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, yes. Go ahead. We can hear you now.
So I was asking when did I lose my audio? Was I already on this live?
Yeah, we already talked about ISO, so you can just go on from there.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, because of the nature of the program, we want to get more next year. It's um, outline here. So let me just go on. So because of this, finally, Codehouse has come up with our own on that. We have this acronym we call OTMIJ. So this is official. If you ask anybody, in Codecamp, I want you to understand that somehow you are in one part of this pipeline. So what does OTMIJ mean? Orientation. This is the reason why we introduce dipods in this particular cohort. I know that we are not able to put through, but truth is that the idea of orientation is not sitting down for motivational speaking or inspiration. No, orientation in Codehouse is that I'm going to show you very soon. Then the training, you guys are going through the training and some of you have succeeded. You are going to continue with mentorship and then internship, because it's within the intern, especially the unpaid. I'm actually prepping some of us that are going to join the unpaid internship. They're going to get internship. Why did we bring up this ultimate? Training alone is no longer enough. Okay. Of course, the ultimate goal and objective of everybody is job placement. It doesn't really matter. It could be national, it could be international, local or foreign, it could be remotely or online, or it could equally be starting up your own business. So this is what we are talking about, right? The orientation is actually a 7-module program called Diapers. Of course, some of you witnessed the beginning. I know the number dropped along the line because of the responsibilities and the demand for lectures and stuff like that. So when we talk about orientation, I'm not talking about like motivational talks and everything. So this stands for digital literacy fundamental, A stands for application and operation. We did information management, then problem solving and critical thinking, and then we have an online operations, like everything that has to do with online, then digital citizenship, and the last S stands for what? Soft skills. That's the orientation. That's what we mean by orientation. So it's a serious thing. It's something, these are the ultimate diapers, these are our own, creations. So for the trend, of course, most of you look at the legend by the right hand side. Advanced non-coding tech skill, advanced core tech skill, engineering skill, multimedia. And then mentorship is personal guidance, portfolio development, community participation, networking. And this is where we need to improve in Codecamp. We need to build a community. Then we are going to be getting people into unpaid internship after this Codecamp 5.0. It has come to stay. From there, we're going to go to paid internship and then ultimately job. And I've talked about whether it's local, international, or even a startup. So Codecamp is a massive online training program that seeks to upskill Nigerians so that you're not like in big scale to address the growing demand in tech to build a scale economy. We are so I remember talking about your resume or CV. And let me okay, how we see have skill, how will people see? Number 3, experience. Education is simply acquisition of knowledge. And when you begin to apply the knowledge you have acquired, it is called skill. And when that skill is done over and over and over again, it is referred to as experience. So all through your life, this is one thing that you need to keep building. So Codecamp is here to help you do that. We have gradually we are beginning to gather materials. You are going to see some of our numbers. The boot camp is what is ending today. So everybody knows good camp for number 3. We have started number 2 successfully well, and we have actually placed people on jobs. You are going to see it from 2001, we have done 2002, 2003. people that signed up, 3,384, 186. This simply shows you that we are not so much particular about, if you don't merit it, you'll be in the finals. So congratulations to those.
Okay, okay, I think we're
Hello,
having,
can you hear me?
okay, we can hear you clearly now, sir. No, it was breaking seriously, but yeah, you can probably just round up and then the second session you just kind of take some things back.
Okay, so let me round up here. So, sorry, is the screen still visible? Should I reshare?
It's still visible. It's still visible. We can see your screen, sir.
Hello, can you hear me? I want to ensure that.
Yes, we can hear you and we can see your screen.
Okay, is this still breaking?
At the moment, no.
Okay, sorry about that. So I was saying that we've done the number you see on the screen. So this year we had this number, and I don't know how many people that are going to finish up. You can see last year we started off the unpaid internship and 70 people joined. I don't know how many people that are going to join this year. So welcome everybody. I just want to encourage you, especially what is the next. I'm sure there's going to be question and answer session. The next thing is for you to join the internship, right? And it's going to be unpaid. Nobody's going to pay. This is the reason why we are doing it, right? You are not the only one taking one or two trainings. You understand? There are a lot of people. So the competition is very stiff. And one of the things that we can do to help is to ensure that we have you know, a session where we can put people from the massive pool, because there is ALS, there is Google training, there is 3MTT and all that. You're just going to become one of those trained people. So there's a huge pool of trained people. So Kodas is adding one step to just pull it out. What are we trying to do? Go and do unpaid internship. First of all, we are going to give you an offer letter so that it can even be officially recorded that somebody is going through a training. Okay. It gives you official email so that when you go for your interview, you'll be able to say, okay, I have worked, because they're going to give you a project. You're going to be reporting like you are working. So the idea is that it will help you to kind of give you one step ahead of other people. So this is Codecamp in figures. We have done 5 years, more than 15 tracks, 3 levels, 775 people have come in. I'm sorry, have graduated, 15,000 registrations so far, more than 60 mentors, 85 plus years of experience. 1,000 videos is currently on our YouTube, plus, of course, more than 1,800 training hours and more than. After this particular one, we're going to know how many projects we have. So that's good house. I think at some point we are going to come back to talk about some other things. So just to mention, we have started getting some recognition, and this is Nick Madden coming to Nigeria to do interview. They are trying to get Africans that can work remotely. Please work hard though. There is money in this thing. These guys are earning like 95 of what I'm even dreaming to earn. So even to add to that, these people are more committed. They even sent us servers from California for us to set up with some universities, you have partnership with two universities to set up a lab for training people in server administration, networking, system, IT support, and some other things. So we are making progress. So we are going to talk about Codecamp 5S later soon. I want to thank everyone, the sponsors, the managers, the trainers, the mentors, the learners, and Codehouse, the organizer. One thing you should know that has come in here now is that I want to really, with gladness, announce that Codecamp is going to become a trademark in Nigeria. So we have officially submitted our filing. Very soon, when you hear about Codecamp, it's going to become, if like, you know that trademark is even more, how would that be, than CSC registration. Like, it's a proprietary kind of thing. Nobody is going to even dare come to even imitate it or something. Why are we registering Codecamp? I want to thank everybody that have contributed, right? We're registering it because we have clocked 5. Because we can't just, a lot of people just open a company. No, we are not rushing. We need to see if we are going to survive 5 years. If you survive 5 years dead, it makes sense for it to become like it has come to stay. I know we are not getting the recognition, but we are not really rushing recognition because a lot of people are chasing clout and everything. That's not what we are here for. Now we have registered a trademark, you understand? You're going to see how it's going to gradually, it's going to be organic. There's no faking anything. We want to get to where we are. So thank you very much for everybody that have actually made this thing happen. It's not just us. All the people that are listed here, the sponsors, the managers, the trainers, the mentors, learners. This is one of the places you can come and see authenticity and commitment intentionally to our objective. Over to you, Ike. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Engineer Yabiel. Sorry, Engineer Lawrence. I think I'm eager to hear Engineer Yabiel's voice. That's why his name is in my mouth. Okay, thank you very much, Engineer Lawrence, for that opening remark. So quickly, let me just share my screen quickly. Okay, so it's very important we actually see the face. Very important, yes. So that's Engineer Lawrence Akube, very fine young man. Please, he's a young man, very fine young man. Okay, so before we have our keynote speaker with us, but before we go into the keynote session, right? Before also we go into the project presentation, a very quick look at Codecamp 5.0, right? How it has been, right? This is something we usually do. We always do, actually, of course, when it comes to closing ceremony, right? I think we have already seen the statistics, the number of registrations we had in 5.0, right? That's 3,050 registered persons this year. And then, of course, classes started on the 26th of May, and it ran down to the 29th of August, right? And of course, the capstone project phase kicked off on the 1st of September and down to the 30th of September, though there was a bit of an extension to kind of help and ensure that some of the project teams get stuff done, right? And I think one of the major highlights of 5.0, or not I think, I'm certain, is we kind of switched things a bit. Usually in Codecamp, certification is usually given to those who are part of the capstone project phase, which is the grouped, which is usually grouped. So you have teams coming together from different tracks, to build a particular product. But this year we decided to, take a different route because we realized some of the challenges that a lot of persons have, which is beyond their control, which I'll probably just list out a few. So while we looked at that, we're like, okay, you know what? Let's also give people who do not make it to the final stage at the time they should, right? We still give them an extra time, and then they will now work on an individual capstone project that also will give them qualification to be certified. Because as you know, in Codecamp, being a finalist does not guarantee certification, right? We'll talk about certification much later after the presentation. I have a bit of an announcement in that area, right? So yeah, we had to do a bit of tweak. We had to do a bit of tweak to that, right? And yeah, it actually helped. We saw about up to about 69 to 67 individuals, so 67 to 68 individuals able to, get to the certification phase, right? So I think that's a good one. That's a good one. So yeah, and we are looking at having a total of about we have up to about 200 finalists. Yes, it's usually tough. It's usually tough. Yes. You can see the margin 3,050, and then you have almost about 200 finalists. Yes, it's usually tough. Codecamp is not for the weak. But of course, it's not really a testament to how weak people are. Like I said, of course, there are challenges with participants' commitment, some of those challenges in 5.0 that we encountered were, of course, there's a lot of persons who talked about their devices having issues. Some of them went for service, serving their country, Nigeria, and for some reason they just could not, get back on track, right? And of course, those for the data and power issues also. Some of these things are beyond some person's control, and yes, it's affected. But of course, there's not much we can do because it is a timed program. We do not have all the time in the world, right? So one of the things we will try, of course, with the help of, well, as we grow, right? Of course, we believe that we will actually have much more partners and sponsors, and hopefully, we will be able to see how we can meet certain needs to actually make learning and building the skill economy, a bit much lightweight. But of course, everything is still boiled down to individual commitment, which we saw in a whole lot of persons who pushed so hard. So kudos to those who became finalists. Kudos to whether you worked on the group project phase or you worked on the individual project phase, right? Yeah, kudos to you. You can give yourself a pat on the back that you actually pulled through. It is not easy, right? It is not easy. So that's just to summarize the highlights of 5.0. It was actually very, I think a few more. Yeah. One other highlight, of course, was we also did a round software. We went around the software development, cycle, right? So we had software testing as a track coming in this year. We also had C# as a backend development course coming in also this year. And then product management finally came back after having a 2-year sabbatical leave. I think 2 years, if I'm not mistaken, it was 2022. Yeah, I think it was 2022. Yeah, so product management came back, right? So and then we had some new trainers join us who did awesomely well, right? And we hope to work with them, again and again and again till, of course, yeah. But that's just to sum up a few highlights for Codecamp 5.0. I believe there are a whole lot of other stuff that happened, right? Which we will have time within the course of the week, and of course, as Codecamp keeps going on, to probably just post about them and talk about them and get the necessary reactions. So thank you very much. So right about now, we will be going to the key note session, right? And I have with me, his name is Ifeanyi Orajaka. I hope I pronounced that surname well. He is the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the GVE Projects Limited. He's also the founder of the company and has extensive experience in the renewable energy sector. And he has over a decade experience of renewable energy and an engineering background. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, male and female and otherwise, please let's give a clap ovation. You can't stand if you, and all that. Please let's celebrate. And Yeah, let's welcome to the microphone, the audio microphone, Mr. Ifai. Mr. Ifai, over to you, sir.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you clearly, sir.
Oh, okay. Yeah, hi. Good evening, everyone. It's indeed a great privilege and honor for me to be with you this evening to uh, share ideas with you, interact with you, and I must confess, it's actually I listened in to some of the uh, discussions and presentations that has been given previously, and I must confess that you guys are onto something really exciting, and it's actually the future. And the earlier speakers have already said a lot. I don't know how it's actually a big shoe to fit in, so I don't know what else to say, but to also share a bit of my experience. So thanks a lot to the Code House team for having me join you guys this evening. Basically, to start with, the MD of Code House and I, we've known for over a decade, and I'm mentioning this to buttress some key points on the journey that you're already on and you're about uh, uh, going on in the next couple of years and decades. So we actually did our NYSC together back in Eke several years ago, I think about 12, 13 years ago precisely. And that goes to show that in life, or the value and importance of relationships in life, because no matter how you look at it, this world is majorly about the relationship you keep and how you're able to uh, explore and utilize those relationships to meet and solve some of your needs and aspirations in the future. So over the years, we've actually been interacting and keeping tab on what exactly has been going on within and around Code House, and I must commend him and the founder and the entire team significantly. I know very well how it all started, uh, pretty much, and how far it's grown over the years. I uh, tremendously commend you for all the great work that you've been doing. And also, in the same vein, I personally also want to commend and congratulate the finalists that have made it to this stage in Code House, Codecamp 5.0. I did listen and look through the slides or the work plan that was shared, and especially also listen to when uh, he talked about the need to embark on unpaid internship. A lot of people might overlook that, but trust me, that goes a long way in opening a lot of doors, because in this world, there's nothing that is uh, actually free, right? Because even though they may not be paying you, but one way or the other, they will be investing in developing you, especially because they know that you're driven by something greater than money. You're driven by the quest to learn, the quest to develop yourself. And ultimately, it would be very difficult for them to let you go eventually. And they would ensure that ultimately they develop and see how to improve you both personally and professionally. And moving on, I think the skills and the trajectory that the Codecamp 5.0 have or is putting you, the finalists, and all aspiring participants in the program, I would say is the future, because we can in retrospect we can see how the world changed significantly with the unfortunate or fortunate incident of COVID-19. Because prior to then, the nature and understanding of work was that work was precisely within a location. But ever since COVID, everything has changed. With the advent of remote work, with the advent of freelancing, or the advancement of freelancing and all that, it opens up a lot of opportunities and vista. And I think that is the vision the Codehouse team are trying to set the entire team or the participants on, which is something really tremendous. And I urge you guys to actually take absolute keen interest and opportunity in this opportunity, because the future is yours to actually take. Just to enlighten our minds a bit, you can imagine a future where you are maybe in Ibuno, or you're in Seratai, or anywhere in Akwa Ibom, but through the skills and experience that you gain from this, you can be working for a Google and earning and being part of a very wonderful development team in Google, in OpenAI, in Grok, or XAI, as the case may be, and contributing to redefining our ecosystem, the way we see life, the way we interact with life, the way we interact with our environment, and all that. Using my personal experience in life and in business, and my profession of engineering as a case study, I do remember vividly when we started the company, precisely when I was still a core member. And actually, I took one of the, I would say, the biggest and most crazy decisions of my life, building the opportunity of building a career in one of the best oil and gas companies as a young chap, to dive into the unknown, to try to create a niche or to make a difference. At the time, it seemed very crazy to several people, but ultimately, I knew where I was going, and or what I had in mind, and ultimately, that resilience of letting go of the comfort zone have actually led to over 40,000 Nigerians, homes and businesses, currently having access to reliable uh, and affordable energy supply in their homes. Cumulatively, as a date, we've been able to deploy in excess of about 12 megawatts of solutions across various parts of the country, and growing. And we've grown the team from, I think then we're just about 3 of us, but currently we are a team of over 100. And in the next 9 months, we actually are targeting to become over 200 persons working for or working with GVE precisely. And I'm sharing this not to sound egoistic, but also, but really actually to try to open our minds on what potentially can happen if only we try to follow or tread the not so popular or the unpopular path. Because it's in living, it can't be emphasized enough that it's when you leave your comfort zone that actually exciting and great things do happen. And to a large extent, renewable energy in the country have become more like the talk of the moment all around, especially considering what's going on with the various bands of electricity, even with unreliable supply, and also the high cost of petroleum products. But all those activities, all these activities have happened because a select few set of people and minds and like minds decided to work against all odds to actually create an unknown industry. Because I remember vividly the very first time we visited the electricity regulator several years ago, they didn't even understand what the technology was. But it's really exciting that we're now even talking about net metering, which would advance the also change the electricity dynamics in the country. So in summary, I think I have just 5 minutes left. So in summary, I once again want to congratulate you for making it this far, but also to uh, motivate and challenge you to look inward and make a personal decision as to what exactly you want to make out of your participation in the Codecamp, because it's a lot. The world keeps getting, with technology, the world keeps getting a whole lot better. Now with ChatGPT, Grok, and several AI tools, you can do a lot in in a split of a second. It brings a whole lot of technology ecosystem at your fingertips, and you are only then limited to your imagination, what you can dream, what you can aspire. And make no mistake, if I come to tell you that it's easy, then I'll be lying, because at every point, at every step in your own personal journey, there would be challenges that would stress and would stretch you. But is this question that you'll be asking yourself this evening, what exactly you want to get out of it, and what impact exactly would you want to make with whatever you've learned? That's what's going to keep you in check. That's what's going to keep you accountable. And the good thing also, if not already introduced, I would also suggest that perhaps there could be accountability, what is called accountability groups of few people of like-minded activities, with like-minded activities, so that they can be each other's keepers, to keep you in check, to rekindle your lamp whenever it seems very difficult, or the path seems very difficult or exhausting. So I think at this point, I would once again want to thank everyone for having me. It's a huge privilege for me to be here. I thank everyone for having me, and I do hope that I've been able to uh, enlighten us a bit. So thanks everyone, and have a wonderful rest of the evening. It's just, your journey is just starting, and the world is actually yours to conquer, to buttress the likes of Ian of future Africa Cooperative, and also GB of Floater Wave and all that. They all started like this. Even what was his name? Benjamin of Nala from Tanzania. All of them started like this, because it's when you are when you're annoyed, when you're pissed off with whatever status quo or challenge that you're facing, that's what would spur you to actually work on that dream, work on that solution to that problem. And once you do that, the world and the world would be at your fingertips, and the sky would just be a starting point. So congratulations and have a wonderful rest of the evening.
Okay, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That is the MD and CEO of GVE Projects Limited. Thank you so much, sir, for making out time to be part of this closing ceremony. Yeah, and thank you for those inspiring words. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're going to be moving on, and at this point, I'm going to be taking the back seats, and I'm going to be handing over the driving seat to none other than the assistant program manager of Codecamp in the person of Mrs. Imolayo Bisulu. So yeah, we're going to be going straight to the project presentation and testimonial. So I'll just hand over to Imole, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hikes. Thank you, everyone. I hope you've been having a lovely time. So yes, we have finally arrived here, and we'll be showcasing the 4 best cartoon projects for Codecamp 5.0. So we have it in this order. The first project will be Smart Habit Tracker, which is called Grow Track. The next project will be Student Attendance Grade Tracker, which is Trackademic. The next project will be Team Tax Manager, which is Tax Hive. And the last project will be Distress Deal Marketplace, which is Russian. So please take note, team. So the first project I'll be handing over now to the Smart Habit Tracker project stream. Growth Track, over to you.
Good evening. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. We can hear you.
All right. My name is Theophilus. I'm representing the Smart Habit Tracker group. We developed a product, Grow Track, to empower individuals to build, maintain, and achieve their habits, intelligent tracking, and motivational engagement. Our vision is to become the leading habit tracking platform that help individuals transform their lives. Our app is actually targeted to several user personas and aimed at solving their unique needs. Our core features include habit creation, progress tracking, smart reminders, and gamification. We also intend to include some more features in our next version. So we developed a marketing landing page and a mobile app. And to go ahead with our work, I would like you to switch to my colleague's screen, Mitchell, to view our landing page. Thank you.
Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Michelle, one of the web developer behind the GrowTrack website. We built this site to make it easy for you to explore what GrowTrack is all about, from its main features to how it works, and where to download links on Android or iOS platforms. While my part focused on the website, the real experience comes from the GrowTrack mobile app itself. So to show you how it works and what makes it unique, I'll now hand over to my colleague Ginika from the mobile team to show you the app. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Michelle. Good evening, everyone. So this is the homepage of the application GrowTrack. I also like to state that this application is a local data storage per system, meaning that the gamification and habits are stored within the user's device. All right, so as you can see here, the analytics is 0%. We can also see for weekly, monthly, everything is 0. Here we can see action tasks, measure tasks. This means that These are tasks that cannot be measured, and this one is for tasks that can be measured. All right, and as we can see here, we have the point history. I've already claimed for today and reset my time. So I want us to see what happens on day 2. So I just claimed for day 2 to show that the gamification system is working perfectly. You can see streak is day 2. Here we can see badges. The latest badge, day 2 is showing, and the milestone, this is to encourage the user to keep on being consistent. So let's see what happens when, I would like to take us first through habit creation. So let's see, this is task 3. So the user can set a description, or they can set personalization, choose an icon or a color. They can choose frequency, daily, weekly, or monthly. For now, I'll go with daily. They can set a target. They can set a start date or an end date, and also set a reminder, but I'll save just now. And if you check down here, you can see the previous reminders for Grow Track. You can see different notifications, meaning that our notification system is working. So right now, okay, so you can see as I reach the required milestone, a new milestone badge is unlocked. And so I can keep adding more tasks. So here the user can keep increasing the tasks. Now there are tasks that the user cannot just keep clicking the icon. So they can enter the input field, and then you can see 1,000. So more badges are being unlocked. Yeah. And if the user makes a mistake, you can just reduce it from here in case of mistake. Now let's see what's happening on our points history screen. You can see total coin balance is 1,000. Today's points end. You can also see all the recent activities. You can see the streak is day 2. Even the best streak is day 2. You can see the total points and today's habit. So users are earning coin rewards for every task they are doing. They can also still increase it more and more. So let's look at our weekly chart. You can see that the line chart is working now, meaning that everything is functioning properly. You can see the monthly task. The line chart is also moving for monthly tasks. Yeah, and let me increase more for this. So you can see it has changed again. So it keeps moving to show the user what is going on. Now you can also change this. The user can either choose dark mode or light mode. So currently I'm on light mode. You can see even the badges. The latest milestone is showing, the latest badges. So that's how they keep unlocking. You can see that for here is 25%. For here is 100%, meaning that all tasks have been carried out. So this is how Smart Habit was designed, to make sure that users have all the control that they need and flexibility. As you can see, it's showing good evening, Emmanuel, meaning that our authentication system is also working perfectly. And that brings it all to Grow Track. Please, I would really love to hear your feedback and sincere review concerning Grow Track application. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Growth Track team. That's a very beautiful one. So before we start taking questions, I would take that towards the end. If you have any question, you can drop them in the chat. If you have any comments, drop them in the chat, and replies will be sent in the chat. So move to the next team, the student attendance grade tracker, Trackademic. Over to you.
Hello, good evening, everyone. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay, my name is Martha Victor Edet. I represent the Student Attendance Grade Tracker team. The name of our product is Trackademic, and we are bringing a digital solution to school management. The school we have in mind for now is the secondary school level. The application that we built, the web application that we built, is a role-based access application whereby we have an admin that manages the teachers, the classes, subjects, and the students in one place. And then when a teacher logs in after being registered, the teacher is able to mark attendance and also grade students for their subjects. And then we have a student, for this particular version, a student or a parent can log in and they're able to view their child's performance. And the student can equally log in using this same this same role to see how they are performing and also the attendance. So right now, I'm going to hand over the next presentation to my teammate, Donna.
All right, so I can't hear your team member. You can take it off if you can hear me.
Okay, let me share my screen.
All right.
Please confirm you can see my screen.
Not so while we're waiting for our screen, please team tax manager, that's tax hive, please you can start prepping. So the next team is team tax manager, and the next after that is distress deal.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can. Go ahead to academic.
Okay, so this is how the landing page looks like. Okay, you can as well go on to check what the academic is all about, and then the contact us. Meanwhile, I'm going to log in first of all as an admin so that I can see my teachers. So okay, for now, I was able to register 2 students and 3 teachers, but I can as well register a student and a teacher right now. So if I click teachers, okay, if I click this button, okay, these are the teachers that I've already added. So I'm just going to go ahead to add another teacher. All right, so this is not actually a real name, it's fixed, is a fictitious name. So I'm going to have Mary and then Udo. Okay. Then I'll create a password for her. Okay. It says I should add must be 8 characters and not just a specific kind of numeric or alphabetical character. So I'm just going to go on to add other characters. Okay. Then I'm still asking me to add more. Okay. All right. Oh, telling me the email is already on use. Let me try once again. Might as well try another email. Okay, it has been registered already. So I'll just go ahead to add another student. I'm going to select class, still JS1, then I submit. Okay, at least one upper.
Please go on to the
Okay.
next thing.
All right, so that is that for the admin dashboard. There are other buttons, like if I want to add a class, and then I will just come here, create a subject, and then create a class. And then for the settings dashboard, this is how it looks like. Okay, so I'm going to log out now and then log in as a teacher so that you can see how the dashboard looks like and the functionalities. So I'm logging in as a teacher now. Okay, this is how the teacher's dashboard looks like. If I want to mark attendance as a teacher, I will click on the attendance tab here, and then I'll select my class. And
Sorry,
then,
can you hold on, please? I don't think you're sharing that particular screen, but your colleague is saying he's available to take over. We don't have much time. You guys have taken longer than you should. I'm not sure you were the one that was supposed to present, so you can just stop sharing. So you guys, I'll just give you guys 2 minutes. Imole, please, let's just give them 2 minutes. Donald, take it up quickly. Thank you very much,
Sorry.
Martha. So much.
Oh, thank you very much. So sorry, I had a glitch before now. So I'll quickly take it off from there. So I'll just go ahead and open up our, please let me get our live link, please. I'm sorry. Sorry for this, taking you people's time.
So you've been saying you want to take over, and the live link is not there. Imole, once it's 2 minutes, please get to the next.
I'm sorry about that. Please.
Okay. All right. So we move to the next team, then we'll come back to you.
All right.
All right. You're welcome. The next team is Team Tax Manager, Tax Hive. Please go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. Please confirm if you can see my screen.
Yes, I can. Go ahead.
All right, thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Alan Elochukwu. Today, I'm excited to introduce our web app platform called TaskHive. TaskHive is an all-in-one ultimate task management solution. We all know that managing of tasks, projects, and teams can be overwhelming, especially when you have to juggle between multiple tools, and in the process, you lose track of deadlines. Also, you can't easily see who is doing what in your team, and this can lead to poor accountability and maybe probably delay of projects. However, with TaskHive, you can streamline your workflow, enhance your team collaboration, and boost productivity. Now, I'm already logged in.
It's a mess. Why do I use?
So I'm already logged into our platform. On our platform, as a first-time user, the first thing you're meant to do is to create a team. Now, I'm gonna create a team. I can name my team any name. Let's say Team Alpha. Can give it a description, it's optional. So next thing is to add team members. So I have a registered user on the TaskHive platform. I'm just gonna invite the user to my team. So here I can see my team members. So currently I have two members on my team, Team Alpha, right? So when you go back on this particular team you have created, you are the sole owner of the team, you are the admin of the team, you have every right to add members, edit, and equally delete the team. Only you as the admin. So once you are done creating your team, the next thing you are meant to do is to create a project. Now, I'll be working on a project, let's say the music artist project. I can give it a description like all music artists in Nigeria. And then I'll go ahead to create my project. So next thing is for me to create a task. Let's say our first task is gonna be to design Davido's website. So I can say in the description to design the website landing page. So I'm gonna select a due date and then select and assign it. So I have two members on my team, I and the other member. So I can just assign this particular task to myself, and then it's gonna be on to-do status. So I'll go ahead to create a task, and then my task is successfully created. So on this particular task, I can decide to reassign this task to another member in my team. Say I want to reassign this particular task to Miss Silawan. I'll just click on this drop down and select Miss Silawan, and it's gonna update immediately. So once Miss Silawan starts working on this task, I as the admin or she can equally drag and drop this particular task in the next column, which is in progress. And once she's done, she can equally drag and drop the task on completed, and it's going to update immediately. So one other feature you can explore on our app is the ability for you to search task. So on this search bar, you can just search for a particular task. Let's say you have multiple tasks running on your account or your project. You can just search using this particular search bar. Let's say you want to search a task with this letter D. It's going to highlight the whole task name associated with that particular letter or particular keyword, right? So if you type in a keyword or a letter that doesn't have a task associated with that name, it's not gonna display anything. So that is that about the search task button. And then finally, if maybe you are done with all your whole projects, you can just decide to delete your task. And that is that. Your task has been deleted successfully. Then once you are done, you can just come over to the sign out button and then you are off from the page. So yeah, basically what we are solving, or the major problem we are solving on TaskCarve is to help small teams and organizations to stay organized, simplify your team collaboration, including projects, tasks, and accountability, all in one connected platform. Now, if you're ready to transform your task management processes, you can quickly sign up on our platform and experience the difference. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Team Tax Hive. I'm gonna love this. I already love this. So with that, I'll be calling the next team, which is the Distress Deal Marketplace, Russia.
All right, good evening, everyone. Please confirm that you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay, so my name is Ihechi Elizabeth Achom, and I'm one of the product managers for Distress Deal Marketplace, Rosham. Just as the name implies, Rosham, it's a platform where we give the users a space haven to be able to sell and buy products. Now, basically, we live in a world where sometimes things happen and you're in financial distress. So Rosham is that platform that you go to when you have a financial distress and you're trying to sell off a property or a product and you want to raise money either for a medical need, a rent need, or basically for a japa need. Now, the platform is user-centric and the user has a dual functionality, which means that the user can either be a buyer and a seller or be a buyer and a seller. For this MVP, we are going to be focusing on three categories: gadgets and electronics, furnitures, and clothing. Now, for each of these categories, the app has a percentage. Now, for gadgets, when you make a sale on the platform, we have 7% because that's how we intend to raise funds from the app. For clothing and for furniture is 5%, while gadgets and electronics is 7%. Now, one other beautiful thing about the app is that as a buyer, you have the opportunity to bid. So if I put up a product and I say, for instance, 600,000, and you feel that 600,000 is too much, we have a functionality where you can make a bid, and at the end of the day, the seller goes with the highest bid. So I'm going to be handing over to my teammates Davison and Yemi on standby to walk us through two very important flows in our MVP, which is the seller and the buyer route. For the seller route, we're going to be showing you how the seller is able to create a listing and put on the marketplace. And for the buyer, we'll be going with two flows. We'll be showing you the process of making a bid and the bid getting accepted. And we'll also be showing you the process of a buyer buying a particular product up till the end of his payment successful. Davison and Yemi, over to you. Thank you very much.
All right, good evening, everybody. Confirm if you can see my screen, please.
Yes, I can see your screen. Go ahead.
Okay, so this is the landing page that welcome every user. So quickly, I will show us how, as a user, how can I sell on the platform, right? So we click this start selling button. Now the start selling button takes us to a page where you get to create your listing. So I'll go ahead and quickly create a listing so that we see the process. Right, and then over I'll choose a category that is electronics and gadgets. Okay, so I'll put it for, and then I'll go ahead and choose my location. Let's say Port Harcourt. So I can go ahead and then upload an image. So, all right, just give me a minute. I think I'm having a network glitch. Okay. All right, so it's uploading. So just give it a minute so it can upload and get the so we can get to see the picture before we move the product to the marketplace. All right, I think I'm having a network issue, so I'll just take another one.
All right. Felix, I think Vera is also sharing her screen. So I don't know if Vera wants to take over because of your network.
All right.
So we can move from there.
Okay, good evening.
Good evening, Vera.
Okay, let me try to place a bid, and we can take it off from there. So basically, some of these items are okay. So if I want to place a bid, you click on make a bid and say, I want to buy this for 100,000, for example. Okay, I place a bid, confirm. Yeah, so the bid has been placed. So, and if, for example, I want to buy the item straight away, I can just click on buy now and, I would proceed to buy and it will take me to the payment section. So it's still loading. Yeah, so basically, this is it. So I want to pay with bank. I'll proceed to pay. I'll authenticate it and that is successful. So that's basically how it's done. And I don't know, I could try to upload a listing since Davidson couldn't do that. So basically I'll click on the sell button and let me quickly pick an item to upload. Kindly confirm you can still hear me, please.
Loud and clear. Continue.
All right, thank you. So I'm trying to input the description and I'd upload an image. Okay, so yeah. So I'll pick this and upload. Okay, so I'll publish it and oh, sorry. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'll publish it now and it will go live. All right, so I don't know, for some reasons, I think it's yeah. So let me show you the next thing we have. So basically these are the listings I have already in my store as a seller. Okay, so I can decide to view details of each of the listings. I can decide to delete them, or I can decide to save as drafts, or edit, and I can also decide to yeah, basically that's that for that. And we also have the purchase history. So if you have any purchases that you've done, this is where the purchase history would be located, and also transaction logs. Okay, so for any transaction you have done, you can come share your receipts, view the receipt, or download it here. And if you have any active bids, just like the bid that I placed, if Davidson was able to place a bid on my item, I would have seen it here, basically. But no one has placed any bid on any of my listings. So that's why I have no active bids yet. So when I have it, come here, and you would need to, interact with your sellers or your buyers, to communicate the delivery process and all of that. So we have a messaging interface. So this is how it looks like. You can choose to chat with any of them and discuss all of those things there. Yeah, so let me minimize this. So sorry about that. Yeah, so this is how it looks like. Yeah, so and we also have notification center where all your notifications will pop up, regarding anything that you need to know. So I think that's basically it for Russia. And yeah, this is the payment settings to set your your payout account and your payment methods. Basically, if you have any new cards, you can add them, or you can delete anyone you don't want to delete. So thank you so much. That's that for Russia. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Indeed, I'm coming to rush it. Or should I say Russia? Yes. So we have basically come to the end of the presentations. If you have questions, remarks, suggestions, please use the chat while we move to the next thing on the agenda, which is the testimonials. Before we get to the testimonials, I would like to hand over to Engineer Nebet. So we'll be talking about Codecamp from 1.0 to 5.0. It's been a journey of 5 years. And who else is can talk about it best? If not, I call him Grandpa. If not the custodian of Code House and Code Camp knowledge. Yes. So yes, with that, I'll be handing over to my able boss, the managing director of Code House and Code Camp, Engineer Lawrence Akubwe. Over to you, sir.
Okay, yeah, thank you. I think a bit of the presentation has already been made. All I just want to say is that the next phase is very important here. So can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir. Loud and clear.
Okay, all right. So I'll just go straight to, I'm not going to bore us with another presentation, just to show the most important thing I want to share here. So if you look at the screen now this is Codecamp 5.0. Okay, Codecamp 5.0 has come to an end, but because of the 10th anniversary, we want to start now to sow seed for next year. Our 10th anniversary is 2026. So we have 3-point agenda. I'm going to be focusing on the second one for the purpose of what we are doing here today. So because of this, we want to become an AI-centric a company. What means that we are paying attention to the development in the market, the trend, the tech trend. So we can't pretend like there's nothing happening right now. And so for us to play active role in what is happening now, so we have actually decided that
She's
we
not
are going
taking
to.
coffee. EBT.
Hello.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay.
We
Okay.
can.
Okay, so we have decided to, pull up this, and I just want to mention that. So for us to do this, we have decided to do something that is very important to Codecamp growth, right? So we are looking at Codecamp 5x right now. So Codecamp 5x, why is it 5? First of all, we are ending 5.0 and we're not going to 6.0. So the idea of 5x is you can put anything for extended, extra, extension, whatever. The idea is it is a special edition for Code House's flagship digital training initiative launched to build up the commemorate the Code House's 10th anniversary in 2026. So this extends, the 5.0. So what we are trying to do now is our journey towards becoming an AI company. We are going to be focusing on 5 areas. So number one track is data science, machine learning core. Okay, is all about, this is the bedrock of the whole AI. So these are the builders of AI. There are builders of AI and there are users of AI. So we have an extensive experience. I think Janebe might talk about that briefly. The track two is AI applications and tools. This, you don't really need to be a developer. You don't need to build the AI, but you can use this particular track to learn how to use the gamut of tools that are available for you to, play. Of course, a lot of this is actually the easiest part of it. Now, also, we're going to be talking about AI for developers. So if you want to become developer-centric person that's using AI, because AI is not here to replace people's jobs, but to help us augment and fasten and optimize our process to be more efficient and effective. And that includes developers also. So there's going to be a track, this for this. There's another track for agentic AI as well. AI that will help you automate some processes, build some agents that will be able to carry out some tasks on your behalf. So this is actually a trend that people need to pay attention also. And then the last track is computer vision. This equally requires some level of computer science, mathematics, physics and all that. So you'll be able to, okay, for of course, we will see with our eyes, this is a special part of the AI because every other thing, algorithm, language models, and all those kind of things will not solve the problem for visioning. There is a lot of application of AI in terms of vision, facial recognition. A lot of them, I think if you are interested in any of them, so that's probably what I want to share. In addition to what I don't want to, kind of bore us with the data I've already shown before now. So Kudos is 5, right? And I am very happy that we have concluded the 5.0 and we are moving to 5.5 Kodecamp 5X. Is a special AI cohort. That does not mean they are going to have Kodecamp 6X. Automatically, the next Kodecamp 6.0 is going to include this AI. We are trying our best to ensure that will give all of us, what we desire. So please, I think that's what I just need to add in addition to the presentation that I have already made. So the idea is actually to listen. The truth is that the world is in a competition. You see, China versus America, and you ask yourself, where is Africa in this whole thing? So we actually need to be serious, and we need to know that if we don't pursue the knowledge of the present and that's going to be having influence in the future, you stand a high chance of becoming irrelevant. And that should scare you. Imagine living in a world where you are irrelevant. So we are trying to ensure that we proactively pursue this course. So thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to, share extra thing about Codecamp. So that's the next Codecamp that we are going to be witnessing. Please share this we have not started, right? Share with family and friends. Let more people know about what is going on and how Cool House is committed to ensuring success for it. So once again, I want to appreciate everyone. I want to use this opportunity to appreciate Ifeanyi Orajaka because he has been my friend. Because I might not have the opportunity to do this, maybe January will come in at this point. Someone that I really, really admire his courage because, like you said, it's not a joke. Somebody living the oil and gas industry, I say he wants to go and start from scratch. It's crazy. In fact, when he was making this decision, like 12, 11 years ago or so, man, we're like, are you mad? Like, that time we are still young, you are in the oil and gas, and you have opportunity. We don't want to take that risk. So this is someone that built a huge, company. He saw the future, right? I like the numbers he's bringing out. Imagine employing more than 200 people in the nearest future. You are living the life because people are complaining about unemployment. Some people in the same country are employing 100 plus. So I hope that we're going to strike a strategic partnership very soon. We want to take some part of that 200 and we see how we can, help, develop anything, any technology we could help build for, use us and test something, I will be really glad if we be able to do that. Thank you for taking out time to be here. You are still on the call up till now. It means that you are interested in what we are doing, and I want to appreciate you for, that. So I'm just using the opportunity to steal from the little time for the presentation to mention that. So thank you very much. To our heroes, I call them heroes. I mean the mentors and the trainers. Let me tell you guys why I say that they are heroes because see, when you are living in Nigeria, Nigeria is a case already. Like being born in this country is crazy, man. It's crazy. You're already in problem. Like it's default setting. You're already as a Nigerian citizen, you're already in problem from day one. If you step out of your house, there is this phrase, let Nigeria not happen to you, is real. Now, with all the Nigeria happening to people, some people actually make out and say, okay, I want to develop others. We are not really paying, in case people don't know. We can't imagine, you guys can just imagine what these your mentors do, what the trainers do, having to grade your assess tasks and all that, man, it's crazy. If you don't know, some of these people, some of them, we have 3 meetings for you people to experience Code House. Some people have meeting in the middle of in the night 3 times a week. You can beat that. You are living in a time where it is difficult to care about other people. People are going out of their way to do this. So I really want to appreciate them. And then to Imole as well. So we are going to use this opportunity to recognize the Codecamp team. I think at this point, instead of going and talking about it, I will leave it for the team. But I just need to use the opportunity in case I don't get to talk again. Thank you very much. That's Codecamp for you. Thank you. Over to you, Mother.
Thank you so much, sir. But right now, I'll be handing over. Yoba will say Olori Oko, my own direct boss, for those that don't understand Yoruba. So I'm handing over to the program manager of Codecamp, Ikechukwu Achom, IKIS for short. Over to you, IKIS.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Iboli, and thank you very much, Engineer Lawrence. Yeah, so recognition of the Code Camp team. Yes, I think like Engineer Lawrence says, he calls them heroes, right? Or let me say he calls us heroes. Yeah, I remember when I got some of them in when we had the interview, right? One of the things I told them is that look, Good House cannot pay you. It's not a payment because I would rather call it a stipend because what they do, if we really want to say, okay, you know what, we want to really pay you, man, we will we'll sweat it out. But these are individuals who chose to out of their wealth of experience, knowledge, and what they have gained, they decided to, you know what, let me be a part of this vision to build the skill economy, and here they are doing what they know how to do best. So I'm just going to run through, right, and just do a bit of recognition. Of course, we have Engineer Lawrence Akube, who you just heard from. He's the managing director of Codehouse. If it was not for this young man, I'll still use the word young man, right? I don't even know if Codecamp would have survived 1.0 because as much as I know I did one or two things, man, it was I don't think I've said this before, but let me just say it now openly. It was the fear of Engineer Lawrence that kind of pushed me because man, anything to avoid him coming down on your head. Eh? So sleepless nights, man. Had meetings from every day from 1.0 down, like every day, 9 p.m. Wow, having meetings like even when it's not comfortable, we say it will work. You don't have a choice. And what I have done, what the team has done, is not compared to the background push that he, brings into the team. So I appreciate you, Lawrence Akube. Okay, so this is the sponsor. I'll leave this aspect for Engineer to talk about, but of course, this is our able sponsor. He's also the lead AI engineer in Codas, Engineer Antonio Koro. Engineer will talk best about this amiable gentleman on this screen. But thank you so much, sir, for your contributions. Ever since Code Camps, ever since you came into the picture, you have been supporting us. So a huge thank you. And okay, don't worry, let's skip me. I'll just say thank me. Let's keep that. And of course, the CEO and founder of Code House. Man, you can't talk about Code House, you can't talk about Code Camp, and you don't even mention the person who actually has the vision. All we have been doing is just take what he has given us and we are running with it. If he did not bring it, would not have. This is a definition of right division, make it plain. That he may run, that that reads it. And he did that with Codecamp, and we have been running with it, and he has been of immense support financially, technically, for most of the backend people, you know now. If it's not for engineering, you probably would not have anything to present today, right? Thank you so much, Engineer Bet. It is your vision that has made this possible. Thank you for seeing what we did not see. Thank you for the sacrifices that you have, made to ensure that Codecamp is five. Yes, Codecamp would not have been five without you. I know how it was in 1.0. I know how it was in 2.0. I know how we fight it out to ensure that anyhow, things just work. Well, anything that was, guys, you can trace it back to the source. So thank you so much, Engineer Nyebet Udo. And then, of course, my amiable assistant program manager and the person of Imolayo Bisolo. Like I always say, um, I managed Codecamp 1.0, 2.0, 3.0 also. And it was not a one-man show. Of course, I had a team, but of course, the workload was totally like it was mind blowing. The rest of that used to talk about is when I come to the office and my eyes are red, my hair is tattered because of good camp, sleepless nights and all. But this is one person who came into the picture and I could sleep. Like I could literally actually rest, and she is doing the work seriously. I call her my peace of mind actually, as far as code camp is concerned. Please, I know she's married, and I know her husband is here, so please, sir, I'm very sorry, sir. But it is what it is, right? Because she has really been her drive is something that I do not understand. Sometimes I used to like, are you sure this is not a man spirit in a woman body? Mrs. Ivole, thank you so much. I finally met her, I think that was last year, and it was shocking that she's slightly taller than me or almost the same height. I never really imagined that in my life, but it was good to see her. And yeah, I hope to actually see her once again. Thank you so much, Imole, for really being a very strong support system for Code Camp and also, for me. Thank you. Um, Say same height. Okay, so down to the trainers. Of course, we have the first person here on the list of trainers, Ezekiel Umesi, the DevOps trainer. For the DevOps guys, I'm sure he was really really impactful to you guys. I've known him for quite a while. We've worked together, and when he reached out, he actually reached out. I said, look, okay, I want to teach in Code Camp DevOps, and I was like, wow. I don't immediately say as like, no, what done because of course that wealth of experience and the passion to even say I want to pass knowledge, that's something I commend you for. Thank you so much, Mr. Ezekiel. Then of course we have David Ohimaye, the Flutter trainer for the beginner. It's always a very interesting thing, and it's always something I take pride in to see learners from other cohorts still coming back and they become trainers, right? Some from mentors, some of them just come from learners to being mentor and then trainers, some from learners and all of a sudden they're trainers. And this is one testament to that. He's someone that I've admired work. We're currently working together, and I love his drive when it comes to the development space. So David, thank you so much for coming back to Codecamp and choosing to share your knowledge with the Codecamp community. Then, of course, the intermediate trainer, which is the person of Mr. Collins, Nana, same thing. These are guys from previous cohorts, who joined as learners, and then they came back to, give back to Codecamp and to the community with their, with their knowledge. Thank you so much, Mr. Collins. He is a I don't know if it's nurse, but he's in the medical field actually. And it's very interesting to see people in some weird career paths, right? Or weird disciplines. And all of a sudden you see them in tech and they're doing something strange. He's actually the medical field, if I'm not mistaken, and then he's a mobile developer pharmacy. Thank you so much. He's a native doctor. Sorry, he's a pharmacist. Let's leave it at that. Thank you very much, Collins, for being impactful in Codecamp. And then, of course, this is an old horse. A lot of you know him, Akinuliola Akimbobola. This is the most troublesome person I've ever seen. as far as me and trainer the relationship is concerned. But he has been with us. He's one of the old time members, team members, and the fact that he keeps coming back, keeps being enthusiastic to train, to impact, and to mentor. Man, Mr. Kimberwala, thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much. Some persons have, you know, they have hammered and disappeared, but you hammer, you still stay with us. Thank you so much for continually being impactful. Then, of course, as still another old horse, David. These guys are still products of Kodecamp. David Edu, the React trainer, still coming back again to be impactful. I love his drive. I love his energy. I love the way he actually pushes his learners to actually improve. He brought a concept of peer learning that really kind of changed things. I think that was in 4.0, if I'm not mistaken, and it really showed. And that's something I'm going to really implement full time in 6.0. Thank you so much, David. You're innovative, and please don't stop. I hope to still see you again in 6.0. And then, of course, making her debut, if I'm going to use that word, as a trainer. She was also part of the Codecamp. I think that was in the 3.0 or 4, if I'm not mistaken, as a she has gone through as a UI UX designer, and she's also a product manager. Yeah, she works in Codehouse also, and same thing. I want to impact knowledge, and of course, it was an easy decision. And I think she's her students. I think I've seen some of them on the chats. So thank you very much, Hilda, for also deciding to impact knowledge, to share your knowledge, and of course to contribute to the building of the skill economy, which is what Codecamp is all about. Thank you so much. You have helped us to get a particular round figure, right? In the software development cycle. Thank you so much. And of course, we still hope to work with you in 6.0. Yeah, your people are in the chat. Okay, and then of course, still an old horse, Xavier Bassi, that's the backend trainer for the Python track. This one is an old horse, like I said, still with us, doesn't want to leave. I will still not allow him to go. His own is just call me, I will answer, right? So thank you so much. You've really, even when I know, but what some persons don't know is during the course of the training, he had some difficulties, which I know that some persons probably would have decided to just, okay, I think maybe we'll just find someone. But this is someone who pushed through in spite of his own personal challenges that could have actually just said, you know what, let me just round this up and you hand over to someone, or maybe just walk away. But he still stayed to the end. Thank you so much, Savior. And then making his debut also, of course, Mr. Gideon. I don't know this young man personally, right? When I was linked up with him and then we had an interview, right? We just got talking and I'm like, no, it just, sometimes you just meet someone and something just feels right. Yeah, that's basically just what I can summarize here. It just felt right, and it's a decision that I would make over and over again. Working with him, he's enthusiastic, he takes initiative. Like there's this passion in his teaching. He's down to earth when it even comes to communicating with. Sometimes I used to feel like, young man, do you think you're talking to people in your room? That's how free he is with his students, right? He made the teaching feel like it's something he has been doing for so long, and he's so used to, right? But yeah, Gideon, it's good to have you on the team. You did not disappoint. I'm really going to say that, right? You did not disappoint at all. So thank you so much for your contribution. And then of course, still the same old horse, Christopher. I still say it every time I have the opportunity. As far as when it comes to Codecamp, when it comes to the Node.js intermediate track, this is one person. When we had one of the first trainers, Mr. Benjamin Efenudu, I was like, will I ever get somebody like Benjamin again? And then I got someone much better, which is Christopher. Thank you so much. Like his approach to training, his wealth of knowledge, and he's someone who wants to go down to the nitty-gritty, the first principle, to get his students to understand concepts before even getting to the actual stuff. And it is visible in his class. You just sit down and watch his classes. In fact, if you don't even have, if you're not ready to take in knowledge, if you're not ready for information, don't even bother, because he will load you with it. He will load you with it. So, Christopher, thank you for still coming back, still choosing to be part of the Codecamp team. Thank you so much. Then, of course, still another was Victor Okok, JS trainer for the beginner. This is also another passionate person when it comes to imparting knowledge. He's troublesome. Yes, I'll say it. He's troublesome. He's funny. Um, but same thing. If you leave, this is one young man that till today, I will still tell you, end his class, end your class. 2 hours is up, end it. If you leave this young man, he will sit down and teach you for 5, 10 hours. If you leave Victor, that's the passion he has, and it's something I admire and appreciate about you, Victor. Thank you so much for still contributing, still coming back, and and giving back to Foodcamp. Thank you. And then still making a debut also, Taiwo Boluwatife, same thing, right? When you just have a meeting with someone, right, during the interview, and it's like, it just felt like this is it. Um, this is it's the same thing with Gideon, right? And it was evident, in her teaching. In fact, honestly, to be very honest, I did not really expect what I saw from the software test, and I felt maybe, well, okay, let's just see how it goes, right? But she blew my mind, honestly speaking, right? Especially when she got into the API testing, the postman. I saw her writing code. I'm like, oh, okay, that's amazing, that's good. And some of the trainers, I remember one of the classes, one of the learners, I think on the Zoom chat was like, wait, is this software testing class? And I'm like, in my mind, I was like, you've not seen anything. So Taiwo, thank you for choosing. I know, at the beginning it felt like, should I really do this? But I'm sure that you feel good about yourself, and the fact that you've seen the people you have actually trained, and you've seen how good and how better they have become. So I hope to still see you. I hope to work with you again in 6.0. Thank you so much, Taiwo. And of course, Rufina, which of course these are still alumni. I think I can use that word safely. Alumni, right? People who went through Codecamp, beginner, intermediate, and all that, and then still come back to give. When I reached out, hey, I'm going to need you to take the UI UX. I'm like, oh, okay, right? And she was ready to do it in spite of certain challenges. Of course, she's also I think, pharmacist, if I'm not mistaken. It's also so she's still in the native doctor line. Sorry, medical line. Okay, please I need to. So, but she still made out time, and of course, I'm sure her learners have a lot of good things to say about her, both as a teacher and as a designer. I'm not going to talk about the fact that she's a good designer. Yeah, she is, right? And still improving, still getting better. Thank you so much, Rufina, for also coming back to give to Codecamp. And then, of course, the mentor for the UI UX beginner, Ijoma Obialo, yes, who decided to be a trainer and also a student in Codecamp 5.0. She wants to learn all the skills that she can learn in this world. Ijoma, thank you. You were very, very pivotal to really work. I liked your commitment. You were ever ready to step in, right, to assist, to mentor, to correct, to address things. And I really, really appreciate your work rate, during the Codecamp 5.0 bootcamp. Thank you so much for your commitment. Thank you for answering when I called. Thank you for answering my call. Yeah, someone says very, very patient woman. Okay. Mrs. Rufina with her nice voice and teaching skills. Okay, I think that's fine. So the ones I will not say, your people are saying it on the chat, so you can go read that. I'm sure that will put a smile on your face. So thank you, very much. And then, of course, the intermediate UI UX trainer, Benjamin. This is also one very, very talented individual who still came back from after being a trainer, like being a learner, decided to still come back and to, give back to Codecamp, right? So Benjamin is a very, yeah, very, no, he's a good designer, right? And even though he went to serve his fatherland, I think he's done serving, maybe one part, or maybe I don't, I think, yeah, I think he had some of those, what's it called? Times where there was no chance, right? But he still just found a way, even with all the inconvenience and all that. Like I said, see, the team you had, guys, is a team of passionate people who did not really allow inconvenience per se to affect or to make them just, okay, you know what, let me just give up on this. In spite of the circumstances and situations, they kept on giving, 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 giving. So, Benjamin, thank you very much. I also would love to work with you, in Codecamp 6.0, should you be available. That's if you don't travel out of the country and change your phone. Okay, thank you so much, Benjamin. And of course, I can't round this up without our able graphic designer and the person of Ukechukwu Kalu, who also is a product of Codecamp UI UX track, right? Still doing the UI UX track this year, and of course, he has still been the one. So every graphic you have seen in Codecamp, this is the individual that makes it work. Thank you so much for bringing your creativity to the team, right? Thank you so much. And of course, we look forward to working with you again and again and again and again and again. So I think that's basically that for the team. So I'll hand over back to I'll hand over back to what's it called? To Imole, right? And then yeah, let her guide me
Yeah,
on what.
sorry.
Okay, yeah,
Sorry.
Just go ahead.
Yeah, put your own picture so that we can. I don't know. I don't understand that. Go back to that slide a bit.
Okay.
Put your own picture first.
Okay, just give
Now,
it.
so you will just talk. Just leave that one come out. So in this case, go happen. No. It usually happens in closing ceremonies. Only after the closing ceremony, I say, hold on. This young man just I can't see your
this
picture,
this
sir.
time, Lawrence, you have to do the honors. You talk about Ike.
Exactly.
He deserves it.
Okay, you can.
Yes.
All right.
Behold Ikes, aka Ella. Ella from Codecamp 1.0. So, fun fact, like some of you don't know, in 1.0, we created, we like call it an audio avatar, like somebody's talking to you. So he assumed two identities. So there is Ike and there's Ella. So Ella was more like our AI. That time there was no AI, sha, but it was so real, and people thought that it was actually a bot that was talking to people. They don't say a human being. We say we have one bot called Ella, it's going to be addressing us and everything. And Ella was very fair. And people were like, and for the fact that Ella sounds more like a female name and everything, people are like, at the end of the day, say Ella, na that guy with the hammer everybody, So I want to first of all thank I see if you remove Ike from code cap, you don't go. All this one where they talk, this is the background, this is the root and foundation and the branch, and when you cut out from the branch, you cannot. Let me tell you guys, if you don't understand grit, GRIT, there's what they call Mr. Grit. That's one thing that he has actually established himself for. Okay. And that's what one of the things that is lacking. Okay. Behold, Mr. Grit. This guy is resilience personified. When he can come red eye and everything. First of all, to work with me particularly, what he said is real. Oh. It is the hardest job you can The other job you can do in this world is to work with Mr. Lawrence because I am very difficult. That's the truth. Because like if you see somebody that doesn't have emotion, like one single atom of emotion, you can be dying. I can tell you, see, even in your dying bed, you understand. I want you to submit this task. That's unfortunate. Like it's crazy. But guess what? This is 5 years. If somebody has survived working with me for 5 years, man, that person has grit. Oh. This is practical grit. This is not the theoretical one that they'll tell you to look at the mirror if you see a lion and then they aspire to acquire. See, this one is real. There is no gainsaying it. So he held it 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, and now 5.0. So the testimonial is speaking for itself. It's not something I can come here. No, there's no amount of sugar coating or everything. The simple thing is that this particular code camp exercise has survived 5 years, all courtesy of IK, because he has held this as his own. There is this thing about somebody taking the responsibility, like, okay, do you know what, this is going to be my baby and I'm going to groom it and everything. If not for IK, I'm not going to be talking about trademarking, trust me. And seriously, my hope is that this thing will blossom and he gets the real reward, because I don't really want to believe in the reward in heaven in this particular case. Seriously, somebody that have tried really deserves. I know, yeah, we are living in a country where things doesn't really work out, according to how people put effort and everything. Some people are kind of mysteriously rewarded for not really doing anything, while some people like Ike is existing in one corner of Nigeria that nobody even knows. Imagine all the people they get national award and everything. See, for you to run good camp for 5 years, you deserve a national award. But of course, we are just good house. Nobody knows us and everything. So I really want to appreciate, the work he has done. He has held this whole thing together. He's the program manager. So when you talk about Code Camp, he's number one person in Code Camp. You understand? So I want to really appreciate you, because most of the closing ceremonies, this thing just comes and goes. Of course, you usually take up this particular session where you talk about people, and come to think about it, there have never been a session where we kind of say, okay, no, this is not good. So it occurred to me, and it was going to happen again. Somehow my instinct say, yeah, come in at this point. And thank you. I am having this authority from my Oga to actually have this. So you can see the confidence is there, the authority is there, and I am doing this proudly. I really want to appreciate keys. Some people don't even know the connotation behind IKEA. See, there are two types of keyboards. At least the one I know. You understand? One is the computer keyboard, and two is the musical keyboard. You see this guy that you're seeing his picture here? Oh my God. Except maybe I go kind of carry him in stage before. He sings, so he sings like mad. He's actually the choir director, be music director in his church. He plays the keyboard. So when you hear IKEA, some people are thinking about ASDF semicolon LKJ keyboard. No, not be that one, no. So when you hear IKEA, it's IKEA. In fact, I think it should be IKEA Square or something like that. So he's, of course, he has been working with me in terms of entertainment. I like entertainment so much. You understand? I think there are some voices we heard today, EH Chom and all that. So it runs in the blood. There's another Chom you heard today somewhere with a very nice voice presenting Russia. So now then the Russians. So these are the great people that I work with. So yes, I have to mention so that people will understand the IKEAs. I'm not sure it's everybody that is on this call that understand that particular part of IKEAs. So yes, sorry, I am proud of the time I've taken. I'm not going to apologize for it, because this is a 5 years presentation that I have to do on the 58, because we have actually been grasping over it, never had the opportunity of doing it, so I have to do it this time. So thank you very much, Ikis. I am now satisfied. I'm sure I will sleep very well this night. Thank you very much. Over to the team.
Thank you so much, sir. Yeah, if we should continue. Don't let me talk. Don't let me. I don't want emotions to take over, but yeah, IKIS is that leader that makes things happen. He doesn't just lead by you do this, you do that, but he leads by example. Thank you so much for making Codecamp what it is today. We love your work. Yeah. So now we'll be moving to testimonials. Yes, we've gotten testimonials from 10 people. That's Grace Okale, Soliana Yalude, Bethlehem, Daniel, Ijema Obialo, Precious, Jennifer, Mary, Tuari, and Akinyeye. We have people from every part of Africa, right from Ethiopia to Ghana to Lebanon. We have from Nigeria itself, from everywhere in Nigeria, from southwest to south to southeast. Yes, so thank you so much. And I'll hand over to the team to play the testimonial video.
Good day, everyone. My name is Ekunwa Jennifer
grow as a QA engineer. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Akin Samuel, a student of Kodecamp.
Good day, my name is Precious Adluka. My name is Olanekemi Ogboye.
Hi everyone, my name is Ijoma.
Hello, my name
Good day, everyone. My name is Ekunwa Jennifer.
I need them to grow as a QA engineer. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Akin Samuel, a student of Kodecamp.
Good day, my name is Precious Adluka. My name is Olanekemi Ogboye.
Hi everyone, my name is Ijoma.
Hello, my name is Bethlehem Santayo. I'm from.
My name is Soliana. My name is Grace Okane Jennifer from the product management at Kodecamp 5.0. I heard about Kodecamp through a WhatsApp group. And that one click became one of the best decisions of my life. I came in curious, but I'm leaving transformed. Through Kodecamp, I learned what it truly means to be a product manager, understanding users, solving real problems, and working with amazing people. My project, Student Attendance and Grade Tracker, which is also known as Academic, helped me grow in teamwork, strategy, and communication. I just
training at Kodecamp 5.0 to learn together with PM and our DevOps team to make sure everything is run smoothly. This project will help me to improve my attention to details, my teamwork, my problem solving skills, and also communication skills. Overall, I would say Kodecamp gave me that confidence and hands-on experience I needed to grow as a QA engineer.
2025 and my track is software testing. I'm currently working in the final year project tax manager, which is currently known as the tax hive. Before now, I literally was working in darkness until I met Kodecamp, which gave me clarification and a way to navigate in this career path. I want to say a big thank you to the organizers of this bootcamp. And if you're out there still doubting the bootcamp to join, I want to strongly advise that Kodecamp is a place you want to be. Thank you very much.
From Kodecamp 5.0, the back-end track lead of e-library application Bookify. I started off Kodecamp with zero experience building fast API application. To me, Kodecamp has been a room to so many open doors. I was able to defend the knowledge I obtained in Kodecamp and will use it to get awarded a fully funded scholarship to study a tech-related field in an international university. So I used to thinking about Kodecamp. I used to thinking about if you should join Kodecamp, join now.
From product management track, I worked as one of the PM for digital sales app Rush App. Registering for Bootcamp or 5.0, I can say has been the best that happened to me recently. I registered as a newbie, a novice that doesn't know anything about product management, and I I can say right now I've gained hands-on experience as a product manager. From taking different classes to giving us assignments. Also, I've gained hands-on experience since the beginning of the bootcamp and having the opportunity to practicalize everything we've been taught in class during this project has been a great joy for me.
I am a product manager for Liturgy. Liturgy is a mobile app for hymn lovers all over the world. With this app, you can have your hymns in your pocket and go with it about anywhere you want to go to. So this is a track in the Codecamp 5.0. I'm very excited to be working on this project as a product manager. I'm a beginner in product management and I have learned so much. The product is set and we are ready to go.
I'm from Ethiopia. I had the privilege of joining Kodecamp 5.0, where I was part of the intermediate front-end track with really supportive and inspiring mentor. My team and I worked on our capstone project, the Smart Habit Tracker, which I've named Grow Track. This bootcamp has an incredible journey for me. It hasn't only strengthened my technical and problem-solving skills, but also it helped me build confidence in working collaboratively to turn ideas into real products. I have learned the importance of teamwork, time management, and continuous learning. Through Kodecamp, I have grown both personally and professionally. It has inspired me to keep exploring, keep building, and use technology to make positive impact in my community. Thanks to Kodecamp 5.0 for this truly life-changing experience.
Where I work on a capstone project called Smart Habit Tracker, which later became our product Grow Track. Before joining Kodecamp, I used to procrastinate a lot and was not consistent in my tech journey. But after joining, everything has changed. I became more focused, disciplined, and confident. And the mentor was so supportive, and tasks helped me manage my time better. Working in Grow Track as front-end developer taught me teamwork, problem solving, and how to turn ideas into real products. Thank you, Kodecamp, for this amazing.
I was part of Codecamp 5.0 and the backend Fast API track. And the name of my capstone project was the Smart Habit Tracker, which we later changed it to the Growth Track. So during the bootcamp, I developed my skills in backend Fast APIs, learning Python from the basics, exploring data structures, and working with database. And we built APIs and even handled deployment. We had an amazing instructor, which he made learning fun and easy to follow. And I had an amazing team members. We share problems and we share ideas and we encourage each other throughout the course. Codecamp has truly been a life-changing experience for me. It's boosted my confidence, it's improved my teamwork, and it gave me a strong foundation as a back-end developer. I'm super grateful for this opportunity, and I want to say a big thank you to Kodecamp. Bye.
Yes, and that is the end of the video. Like I said, it's been an interesting one, and these are testimonies to it. So right about now, we'll be talking about the future opportunities and next steps. Codecamp has been running for 5 years, and there's something called Codecamp 5X. That's Codecamp 5.0 extension. As I know so many people have been saying it, we have gotten to the age where you need to be AI literate. We have gotten to the point where if if you do not become an AI literate, you're likely to lose your job to someone who is. So AI is not going to take your job, but someone who is an AI literate, someone who uses AI can take your job. And that is one of the reasons why we are entering into the phase of AI in Codecamp and also Codehouse. We have in the chat, I'll be dropping the registration link if you have not registered. We have tracks like machine learning, AI tools and application, AI for developers, agentic AI, and computer vision. And you all need to register. It is a need, it is a necessity for this time. And also, Codecamp 6.0 registration waitlist link as comments. The link can be found on the website. So if you are here, maybe you're invited by a friend, or you were told about Codecamp, or you've just seen the testimonials, you've seen the projects that were displayed, you've seen the works that everyone in Codecamp 5.0 have put in and what they are getting as a result, and you want to say, oh, I need to be part of this, go and register for the waitlist so that when Codecamp 6.0 is starting, you will be informed. Also, our internship, right in the chat, internship. So we are not just training you, we are also giving you the experience of a workplace. We've successfully run the internship for Camp 4.0, which you've been hearing about. We started with the unpaid internship where we had 70 registrations and we interviewed them, and we got them in and they started working in. And some of them are on this chart. If you're on this chart and you've been part of Codecamp internship, write the value, just write value in the chat. I want you to know that we are not just here to, when we are saying, oh, engineer Nebet has 35 years of experience in tech, we have this number of years in tech. It's not because we are trying to make you feel good about us. It's because we are putting the works. We know our onions. When you come to our internship, you're going to get a real work experience, and it is remote. In case you're saying, oh, I'm not in Akwa Ibom where Codehouse or Codecamp is, Codecamp itself is virtual. You can join from anywhere in the world. And as part of this internship, we've also moved to what we call the job opportunities. So yes, we are not just stopping at internship. We have entered into job opportunities. So if you are still crying and saying, my account balance is low, what is happening? We have reached the full spectrum. We call it the Codecamp pyramid, right from the community down to job placement. So we are now in the full spectrum. And right about that, I'll be introducing our job board. So we have a product, Codecamp 4.0 interns and code campers. The code campers started the project and it translated into the internship. They've built a product we call job board, and job board is a product where you go to, and for recruiters, HR managers, CEOs, you put out your jobs there. And for interns, mid-level, senior level, freelancers, you go to job board and you apply for jobs. So if I'm telling you that we are on the full spectrum, we are not joking. We are here for real business, as you can see. So if you know, personally, my tech career started with Codecamp. I started with Codecamp 1.0 as a trainee. I'm presently the assistant program manager for Codecamp and the product and marketing manager for Codehouse. One of the reasons why I'm always shouting and I'm always saying take power in the chat is not because I want you to feel good. It's because Codehouse and Codecamp have so much affected my career positively that I have won awards. I have spoken in many big places across Nigeria. I have gone to several places because Codehouse and Codecamp opened that way. And it is not just for me, for so many others that are also in this ceremony. So now that we are fully in that spectrum, I do not want you to miss out. I want you to keep yourself plugged, keep yourself in, because we are here to make sure your career sparks and you get the best out of us. Thank you. So right about now, before the closing remark, I'll be handing over to Ikes to bring on Engineer Nebe to stage. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much, Imole. Okay, I think I really don't know how to do that thing at all. So I will beckon on Engineer Lawrence to do it on my behalf. I don't know, I'm usually just lost of words when it comes to introducing engineering, but I'll learn. I think this time I'll take time and just learn from Mr. Lawrence. So maybe next time when I'm being called, I'll do it. Engineer Lawrence, please, over to you.
Ah, I didn't prepare. I wanted to say something. You guys just put me on the spot. Um, anyway, before I go there, please, I just wanted to add to what Imole said. See, this is what we call self-supporting when you hear ecosystem, remember the word is from biology. It's like a self-supporting unit with all the things, nitrogen cycle, water cycle, food chain, food web, and all those kinds of things is mixed. So I just want to mention that job board is something that we really need to take seriously. And I'm great. See, one of the things that is actually good about job board is built by people that have passed through Codecamp. So imagine us building our own thing that will help us. It can become the next Fiverr. It can become the next freelance. It can become what's the other one again? I can't remember. Yeah, Fiverr and Turing, Upwork. Yeah, Upwork is what. So we are building it for ourselves, for Africa, to for people in Code Camp, so that when we are talking about paid and unpaid internship, all those things because we can't be diverging our ideas, they have to be converging. I like using this word so that we all are geared towards achieving the same thing. So I want to appreciate those from 4.0, that's the last cohort, that really took their time during the unpaid internship to build a world-class job board where recruiters can post jobs and we can actually grow your profile and everything. So it's going to be for us. And listen, let it not be one of those things. No, let it be for us that are, working here. Another thing that we're going to try and, because the idea is to solve our own problem. Okay. I just want to mention this because those that are coming into the unpaid internship for 5.0, I want you to prepare. There's going to be something that we're probably going to use to solve a problem. Imagine if we have, I like those that worked with the team that brought out the Russian idea and everything. So now one of the problems we've had is the laptop issue, the data issue, and all that. So how can we solve that problem? I'm thinking for unpaid interns, for those that are going to join, you're going to bring out our own e-commerce, meaning that why can't we have an e-commerce where people can get gadgets like laptops so that it can anyone is going to say with you have a cap, like we have to control the market price. It's only for those that are currently on the any learning platform in Codehouse. For instance, you are doing cybersecurity, and instead of buying something, we'll have our vendors specifically to come and subsidize things for you. That's one. Why can't we equally have the likes of MTN selling their own MiFi? And if you're supposed to buy 15K MiFi from MTN office, why can't you buy it 10,000 naira on our these are things I want us thinking outside the box to make learning easy for people. Before you know it, we begin to have companies, partnering with us to do some bigger things. Might even give the Wi-Fi free of charge, and then the subscription. Why can't you have some discounts? Pay like 80% instead of 100% of subscription. So I want to even like trigger our curiosity to something that can happen. You see, this code camp is something. You see, there's a slogan I have learned this year. You know how it starts, but you can never know how to the extent to what you started could go. Really. and we have to be as ambitious as anything. There's nothing stopping us from doing that. So I just want to mention that because job board is already going to solve it. We are not backing down on job board. Job board is going out there. Let us go and try and let it not be like, okay, it did not work. We are okay with it. You understand? We are going out there to push it. So this e-commerce part of it also, I've not actually figured it out, but I think just planting the seed in people's fertile brain now, I'm sure it will trigger off waves of, so that people that will join the unpaid internship will just jump on that stuff. These are the things that will make us creative. These are where we're going to be different from the life. I don't want to mention some brands, not to derogate anybody. Some of the brands that are competing, yeah, we are small, but we can actually bring in something entirely new, to the market, this thing. All right, so I want to now talk about engineering. It's very easy. I don't even need to, I don't need to think about it. It's not one of those presentations that you need to go and prepare. It's very simple. He's an amazing person. He's someone that, if you understand vision, let me explain to you when they say, anyway, every time you hear him, you talk about people talking about vision. Okay. Let me share a slide that probably, I'm just one slide about him. So if you look at this slide, for instance, this is someone that has over 32 years experience see, guys, I want to challenge all of you. Go to anywhere in Nigeria and find someone that has, let me even say, 20 years experience. There's this new wave of tech that started maybe last 10 to 15 years. That's not what we are talking about here. We're talking about people that went into tech when it is not even very popular, when the oil and gas is ruling the world and the banking and all that kind of things. We have never even started spending. So when you hear vision, this is a young man, a young boy in 1992 that went into a library, collected a book about programming, and the rest they say is history. 1992, where were you? Why people, you can imagine. I remember when I was in JS3, I was busy preparing for my junior work. What time will I have to go to the library and go and pick up a book and start reading programming? And guys, from that time till now, this man has refused to give up. He has worked in ExxonMobil. That is the one. ExxonMobil is I think go and check the rating of the oil and gas company in the world. We go for #1 oil and gas company in the world. Guess what? Even the money did not even distract him. He kept on writing code for the whole, he goes to work, comes back, goes to his system, right? Every single day for that 18 years. If you are working with an EBET, you understand, there are levels to this thing. So he is not somebody that you don't even know him. He doesn't want anybody to know until you come close and work with him. You see everything that you see, hype. Until you meet engineer, somebody that has experience in embedded system, IoT, C++, Python, Java, Kotlin, JavaScript, Node.js, Vue.js, Knox, Python, TensorFlow, Keras, MATLAB. Maybe even tell you this particular slide is outdated. Actually, there are more than 10 in addition. So what is it? Mobile development, control systems engineering. See, anything that runs in ones and zeros, that's how I'm going to be introducing from now onwards, ones and zeros. Anything that, of course, you know what ones and zeros means, the binary. Anything that runs on the binary, unless he has not met it before, come to him and ask him. Magically, he will just solve it. So that's the man we are talking about. And thank you for being you call a philanthropist, right? You can see it's written here. A philanthropist means somebody that's, kind of has decided to become unselfish, to share his resources with other people. He has been sharing these resources for 5 years. He's a programmer, of course. I've mentioned that control systems engineer based on his career with ExxonMobil for 18 years and an entrepreneur. You can see Codecamp is going to be a big thing in Africa. Trust me. Entrepreneurs are not people that is driven by profit, are people that are driven by scaling, people that want to scale, people that want to solve problems. And guess what happens? Eventually, money is going to follow it eventually. So allow me to welcome Ijian Ebetudo. He's my oga, and he's the founder of Code House, the company that is responsible for all we are doing here. So I hope you have learned. I'm not even thinking about what to say. If you leave me, I'll keep on going and going and going, and then we might not live here. So, ladies and gentlemen, if your hand is not so busy digitally, you can actually appreciate Ijianebe Tudor, who will come in now and address all of us. Thank you.
Wow. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Well, this introduction part is always very, it's always very interesting. And well, I'm not a shy person, so let me not say I'll blush or anything. But a lot of people ask, you know, um, how can you even achieve all of this? But everyone in this call can achieve it. It's a matter of time and how you use your time. So I'll say a few things because I was asked to round off the closing ceremony. So I'll just start by saying a few things. I always try to say one or two useful, wise in quotes, wise words so that people will learn from. I I always believe that there is there are people who are consumers and there are people who are producers. Actually, as a matter of fact, each person has a blend of both. You're a consumer, if you're watching TV, watching movies, you're a consumer, and you're going to burn up your time doing that. If you're writing code, or doing designs, you're a producer, and you're going to burn up your time doing that. Now, the question is, how much of your time do you spend on consuming versus what you spend on producing? So there is my answer. Like, if you spend more time producing and therefore preparing yourself to produce, you get good. You become good at something by doing it. That's like, okay, that's my own new mantra now. I started that last year when I was teaching a bunch of people a lot of different, courses, starting from data analysis to Python and so on. You become good by doing, not by watching other people do it, right? So you can become good in anything. Just keep doing it, right? And spend some proportion of your time consume. In other words, 80-20. So that's the secret, right? And you get good. So that's just what I want to start with. Then the second thing I want to say is I want to say big kudos, congratulations to all the product teams, irrespective of whether you have made a presentation or not. As far as I'm concerned, that doesn't really matter, right? What matters most at the end of the day is the fact that you're able to do something with your time. You're able to achieve something. In fact, right now, there's so much, emotion, around me, like inside me, because I'm seeing what people are creating and it's amazing. Yes, I made a comment on the first one, which really touched me. But all the other presentations were really great, really good presentations. And I'm even looking at the possibility of turning them into products, turning them into businesses. So that's the second thing I want to say. Kudos to everyone. Because I'm going to say a third thing, which I've said recently to people. How many people came into Codecamp and registered? From the number I saw on the slide, 3,050. Now, how many people are here today as finalists? I think what IK said was about 200 and something. So if you do the maths, right, that is about slightly above 10%. 10%. Sorry, no, it's less than 10%. it's above 5%, maybe about 8% or so. If you do 200 over 3, that's 6, yeah, let's just say 6% or 7%, 6.666. You know, that's a 200 divided by 3,000. So look at it this way. You are among only 6% of people that cleared Kodecamp, that managed to graduate. It is not easy. So no matter what happened, whether, whatever happened, you are what I would consider a 94th percentile. Because, or let me just round it off and say 95th percentile. What that means is that you are, if they were to take 1 million people in Nigeria, a million people, and they say 5% of 1 million is what, 50,000, right? And we're able to only find 50,000 good people. You are going to be one of them. That's what 5 percentile means. Or if we're to find 1,000 people in a room and say only 5 of them are good, you are going to be one of those 5 people. That is amazing. So everyone, give a round of applause to yourself. I believe in acknowledge your own self, because it isn't easy, right? 5%. See, if there is this thing they call 1%, the top 1% in the world, you are the top 5%. If we even generalize it, by the way, that 5%, you are 5% of people that, register for Kodecamp. So what of those that didn't register, that don't even know how to register? By the way, that 3,000 people we are talking of are those who even know how to cross Discord. Discord alone maybe has kicked out like 2,000 people. So if you now do the maths, you are a top Nigerian, you're a top brain. So that's the first thing. So once you understand that, then you understand that you can achieve anything. So the next thing you need to have, yes, is what Lawrence already spoke about. IK is always talking about is grit. Because one is being one of the top, being talented. The second is having grit. There are a lot of people who are talented, but they don't have grit. There are a lot of people that have grit, but they're not talented. Now, if you have both, you are even going to, basically you are like going to the moon or beyond. So that is the third thing I want to say. Now, having said all of that, I want to just talk about what's next. I know Imole said a few things. So we've talked about paid internship and unpaid internship, or unpaid internship first and then paid internship. And there are a bunch of people on this call now who have done that. Codecamp is more than just a boot camp. In fact, there's always one pyramid I normally like to talk about. Maybe I've talked about it before. Some of you have seen it already. Codecamp started off as a boot camp, 1.0. Very interesting. I just remembered Ella. I didn't even remember. I've totally forgot Ella. Thank you, Lawrence, for reminding me. So we started 1.0 as a boot camp, but it matured and became not just a boot camp, but what we call a tech talent pipeline. A tech talent pipeline, basically a pipeline that brings people in at the beginning. It's not just a pipeline, it's a funnel. It's a filter. So it's not the number of people that come in at the beginning that will go out at the end. And you have seen the numbers here. In fact, if you check all of the previous, it's always typically about 8%, conversion rate. Only about 8%, between 8 to 5 to 8% of the people that register into Codecamp that make it out as finalists. That's to show you how tough it is. So you are already made, like you already have a trajectory, right? Codecamp is a pipeline. And the reason why we basically turned it anyway, it started as the idea was a tech talent pipeline, because we know that we are way behind. And the only way for us to catch up is to skill up at scale. And that's why Codecamp is free. Not only is Codecamp free, Codecamp will remain free for as long as I live. And maybe even longer than that, if other people that follow after me decide to continue to keep it free. The reason why Codecamp has to be free is that if you put a price tag you will severely reduce the number of people that will come in. And we will fail in that objective of training at scale. We want to train 1,000, 2,000, 10,000, 100,000. We want to train millions of people. In fact, we had a target that we want to be able to train maybe we had a target of 50,000 people. And I think we are going to hit it because this is a 50 year. We're going to go back and look at those numbers. So Codecamp will continue to be free. And I encourage everyone, take advantage. Come for the next one. Come for the next one. Nobody's holding you. It is free beer, as free palm, free palm wine. Just enjoy it. Come for any number of times that you like. Now, Lawrence has mentioned something. Codecamp is now a self-sustaining ecosystem because we now can see that people who finish Codecamp 1.0 are now assistant program manager. They are now trainers. People that just finished 4.0 last year are now trainers and mentors. People that finished 3.0, 2.0 are still supporting the ecosystem. It has now become an ecosystem. And then the last thing I want to say is that Codecamp, apart from the trademark, which we have talked about, Codecamp is now a movement. So Codecamp transcends a boot camp. It transcends a tech talent pipeline. It transcends an ecosystem. Codecamp is a movement. It is a movement in the sense that we want to change the way people think about education, about self-development, about self-growth. We want to tell people that the opportunities are always there and will continue to be there for you to improve yourself, and that we can work together and help each other to develop ourselves and become better. That is what Codecamp is. Now, having said that, I want to move to the next thing. This is a closing ceremony, but I'm not going to close Codecamp 5.0. No. Well, yes, I'll close Codecamp 5.0, but I would rather open Codecamp 5X. Every single person in this call, if you have not registered for 5X, go and register for 5X. Why? Because AI has come to stay. AI is not the future anymore. AI is the present. This year, we are talking about agents, agentic AI. Last year, we were talking of LLM. LLMs, RAGs, and what's this other thing? Those are news of yesterday. Today, people are talking about agents. Next year, they'll be talking about what we call physical AI. Because right now, AI is being trained, but they don't know how the physical world, feels like. They don't know anything about physics. So already Nigeria is way behind, but we have the opportunity to catch up, right? And if you saw one of the slides that Lawrence put down, for us to look at, Codehouse rather, is aiming to become an AI first or AI centric company. And in our normal way, what we want to do is we want to make sure that everyone that is involved with Codehouse becomes AI literate. Take note of those words, AI literate. Before we used to say people are computer literate or people are just literate. Now, if you are just literate and you know how to read and write, it's not enough. In fact, being computer literate is not enough anymore. Now you have to be AI literate. You need to know all the principles, all the concepts. I'm not saying everybody here will go and be training models and large language, models, or doing, what do you call it? TensorFlow and PyTorch and all the rest. But you need to know how AI works. You need to know, all of the magic behind it. It's not magic actually. So we have now decided to open it up to everyone. Let everyone also learn and become this thing that it feels like it's magic. We want Nigerians to master it. We want Nigerians to grab it. The top paying jobs in the world today are all AI jobs. In fact, there's a video I would have shared. Maybe I'll share it somewhere in Codecamp, where the big AI companies, the big ones, the Googles, the OpenAIs, Microsoft, Amazon, I've missed one name there. I know I've missed one name, Apple, and so on. They are paying money and reserving people. That is, they'll put you on payroll. I'm not talking of $100,000 per annum. I'm talking about $500,000 per annum as your salary for you to sit at home and do nothing. Why? Because you have this AI knowledge and they don't want you to be collected or poached or employed by another company. That's what's going on. So what stops you from grabbing into these opportunities? AI is going to take over the world. In fact, it has already started. And AI is going to take over everybody's job unless your job has to do with the AI itself. So we have now given everyone the same free opportunity. We have 5 courses, 5 tracks in Codecamp 5X. It's starting, registration has already started. So go to the wait list, pick any one. I think Lawrence already went through it, but I'm going to go through it again. I'm going to just give you very simple guidance if you don't know what to choose. The first one is machine learning core. I'm personally going to teach that. So a lot of people talk about, yes, I've been coding for 33 years. I started in 92. But I've been doing AI for 23 years. I started in 2002 to study neural networks. That was during my youth service, by the way. So for those who are still doing youth service or about to go, well, it's a flag for you. So even then, I knew that AI would take over the world today. But then Nigeria is Nigeria now. I need to hustle. AI would not have fed me then. So what happened? I went to join ExxonMobil. But I can tell you for a fact, I worked in ExxonMobil for 18 years and I retired 2 years ago because I'm a tech person. I want to focus on tech. If I had finished my youth service today, I wouldn't work for ExxonMobil. I'll work for Google or OpenAI. That's where I would be. And I'll be the best of the best. Everybody here, you can do that because tech has taken over the world by storm. So, but Nigeria is Nigeria now, so we need to hustle and everything. So if I rejected that job now, they'll tell me village people don't scatter my brain. How can I reject job from ExxonMobil and so on? So anyway, the long and short of it is, I know I have enough background in AI. Just to tell you a few of my credentials, I've trained networks. I finished deeplearning.ai 6-course specialization, right? And that was about 5 years ago. I currently contribute to an AI project, an open source project, the second best chess engine in the world that is built using neural networks. And, well, for those who know that kind of stuff, let me not go into that. So what I'm trying to say is, this will be the first time I'll be teaching a course in Codecamp, and I'm really looking forward to it. So I'll be teaching machine learning core. That machine learning core is for those who want to learn how to train neural networks and neural network models and do all the other stuff, right? So if you like mathematics and you can carry mathematics and you can do all this linear algebra and all of that, and of course, you have to have a background in programming because we are not going to start teaching you the Python. It's going to be used, we're going to use Python, but we're not going to teach you the Python. So, but if you have any other knowledge of any other programming language, you can do that. That's machine learning core. So you are going to learn how to build the models. The next one is AI productivity tools. So you have another expert, Engineer Lawrence here, who is going to teach that. So this one is for everyone. That is, if you are a no code person, that is, I don't even want to see code with my eye, right? You want to learn how to use ChatGPT. You want to learn how to use what do you call it? Claude, Gemini, Midjourney. All of these tools that you can use basically to just do all kinds of productivity. This is about you multiplying your productivity by 100. That is AI productivity. That's the second course. So if you're not a developer, you don't want to learn those things, go and, I see, don't miss any of those. At the very worst, let it not be that if you miss anything else, register for that one. Okay. The third one is AI for developers. Now, this course is directed at those who are programmers, who are product builders, and you want to infuse AI into your products. That is, And this is something I'll talk about at the tail end of this short. Sorry, I'm taking a bit of time, but let me just conclude it, right? Now, this one is for, I want to write my product, like some of the nice products I saw being presented. Do you have prompts in those products? See, designers, you guys need to realize that they are, the world has moved forward in terms of how products are designed. Every product now has AI functionality built into it. So as a designer, you need to, even a product manager, when you're doing your PRD, you need to first of all think about, it needs to be AI first. AI first. Your product needs to be AI first, not to attach it at the end. What that means is that these days people just prompt. You just type a prompt. So you have one big search thing there. You type a prompt. If I wanted to sell something, give me the list of people that, the best products I can buy. So in the next Codecamp 6.0, or even starting from 5X, based on old design. That's why the main theme for this closing ceremony is from legacy to what? The future. So we are going to reinvent, okay? So that is what AI for developers is going to be about. How can you build? It's also going to do what we call ML ops. ML ops is basically how you train models, because not how you train, how you deploy models. We'll have something for backend developers. So you learn how to deploy models to your backend with fast API, and then write endpoints and APIs around your models, right? Then for front end, how you can consume those models, and then how you can use AI first, frameworks. We're going to use Mastra AI. We're going to use LangChain and a bunch of others, just to know how you can write code so that people will prompt. So that's AI for developers. Then the fourth one is agentic AI. Agentic AI is going to be trained by, well, I would say our foremost, like we have somebody who is at the forefront right now when it comes to machine learning in the world. He has worked remotely. So when you talk of remote work, this is a real, embodiment. He has worked remotely for AI companies. One of the big 3 AI companies in the world today. He has worked and trained models and fine-tuned models. Of course, that's engineer Antonio Coro. In fact, I'll let him say 1 or 2 things, right? At the tail end of my presentation. So you have these experts that are teaching you. So Agent AI is basically about how can you automate those manual workflows that you used to do by yourself, right? Because you could not program computers to do it. If you wanted to write programs for it, it would be rule-based. It would be too what's it? Too stiff, right? It won't be flexible. You now bring AI into those workflows and you build them, you build agents. So agentic AI is basically using the tools or the models that have been trained by the people that do ML core, right? And are deployed by the people who do ML for developers, and then you build workflows. So this is another expert. I have a lot of respect for him because, well, see, you only have smart people in Code House. I'm not boasting. I'm not someone that boasts. I only state the fact. Then the last one is computer vision. So we have one young man. His name is Daniel Samuel. When he finished his SS3, right? He went for a competition. He came to Code House. He did internship. He got trained. I personally trained him on AI and computer vision and basics of training models and all of that. From there, Daniel built a face recognition. There was a competition of people that can build stuff, right? Who can build stuff. There was a competition here in Naked. Daniel took the first position. And he was the only person in secondary school that just finished secondary school. He was competing against people that were university graduates and postgraduates who brought their own innovations, and he beat all of them. and he was the best. Now, Daniel is in Rwanda, Kenya, Uganda, is going all over Africa, Computer Vision Africa. Some of you may know him already. But Daniel came from Code House, right? He's also an expert. If you go to his LinkedIn profile, you see he has been doing stuff with YOLO, all kinds of, face recognition, stuff, this recognition, that recognition. So you have an array of experts, and our is to bring everyone to become AI literate. So I'm not going to say anything more than that. Please do not miss this opportunity. Because at the end of the day, when we finish Kodecamp 5X, just like you have built these really nice products, beautiful products, I'm looking forward to see what all of you will build with AI. It will be mind blowing. Even you yourself, you will not believe that you are the one that built this kind of thing. You'll be telling yourself, now maybe this, now maybe this. Am I the one that did this thing? So I want to repeat something Lauren just said. You only know, it's a new slogan that we just picked up this year. You only know how it starts. You never really know how it ends. It all depends on you and a bunch of other factors. So I'll end it here. And let me let Tony say a few things, right? And then just recognize him, okay? And then after that, I will officially do the closing. Thank you. Tony, over to you. I hope you are still on the call.
Okay, so I think we no longer have him on the call. So I'll hand
Okay.
over back. Yeah.
All right. Well, at least we still recognize him. So having said that, right, let me just bring this to a close. I think all of the thanks has been given. I really appreciate all of you. And I look forward to meeting all of you in one way or the other. I've already met a bunch of you already, and you guys are all amazing people. And I'm looking forward to meeting. The internship will be a very good opportunity. Let's build stuff together and let's change our destinies together. With that, I will officially bring Codecamp 5.0 to a close. Thank you very much, and have an amazing weekend.
Thank you so much, sir.
Are we not
That
taking
was-
pictures?
We are taking pictures. That's why I'm coming in. So please, everyone, kindly put on your video. Show us your face. We want to see your lovely faces. We are taking group photos. So on your end, on your laptop, take a picture. Everyone, please put on your video. All right, all right. Please take a picture. If there is no light, on your touch light. Don't let Nigeria define you. All right, please take a picture. See beautiful faces. David or Ijeoma. Hey, David or hey, see Elizabeth. Oh God, why? God, when? No. David in his office. Okay. On your video, let's look at your beautiful faces. So please take pictures, take videos, share it. Okay. Take pictures, take videos. Yes. All right, take pictures. Okay, so that'll be right about it. Are we done? If you've taken picture, just signify. You can use your chat. Let me know. Okay. So by 10:15, we are going to end the call. So please take pictures, take videos. Thank you all so much for your time. Codecamp 5.0 closing ceremony is a wrap. Wow, beautiful faces there. Daniel, Enei, Isaac, Emmanuel, Josh, Joshua Adeyemo, Mary, Modinot, Sonny, Okita. It's nice seeing you all. I wish I can mention everybody's name, but that would be impossible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me.
Engineer Lawrence. I refuse to comment.
I'll not do anything. No.
David Shoni, very interesting. It's nice seeing you again. Wow. Matilda. Princess. It's nice seeing you all. Allen, show us your face now. Or are you in Allen Avenue? What's going on? All right. It's 10:15.
Theophilus, show us your face, Theophilus.
Yes, they started calling you all out. I don't know why they don't want to show their face. I say our transformer don't spoil. Okay. All right. So I'll be stopping the recording now. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye.